Hello and welcome, this is Angel of Death 9 and we are testing for the most damaging weapon in the Direwolf20 1.7.10 pack. So, these are all our weapons. Various bows, blasters, guns, wand focuses. I have the arrows from Thaumcraft, some of the bows are enchanted. Just plenty of things to test. Alright, let's get to it. We'll be testing on iron golems again. And this is the regular bow. That is 8 damage. This is the regular bow with power 5. That is, what is that, 11 damage, so 5.5 hearts. This is the mining laser from IC2. That is not accurate. Let's try again. I want to see how much damage. So that's 4. It does 2 hearts of damage, but it has fire aspect. There we go. That is a 1-hit kill. So I will be testing this on another mob. Alright, I have decided to test this on the Wither. Let's wait for him to get to full health before we try this. The Wither is 300 health. Let's shoot him with this once. This is lagging so much. That did quite a bit of damage. The Wither is at 255 health. The plasma launcher does 45 hearts of damage. That's quite a bit. Next up, we have the Invar Bow. That is. Next, we've got the Invar Bow with power 5. Oh, let's try a fresh golem. Make the math easier. That's 79. Wow, 21 damage? Alright, so that does 10.5 hearts of damage, and we are on to the Energy Blaster from Blood Magic. The Energy Blaster does 6 damage, hearts of damage. And next up we have the Energy Bazooka, also from Blood Magic. This has a lot of knockback. And he survived. Does 27 hearts of damage. Alright, next we have the Wand Focus of Fire. We're going to count to 5 for all of these constant spells. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That Wand Focus does 7 hearts of damage over 5 seconds and has fire aspect. Now, the next one I am testing is the same focus, but it has the enchantment Potency 3. And we're going to count to 5, starting now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, I'm going to count that as 63. That's 18.5 damage. And also sets them on fire. Next up, we have the Shock Wand Focus, and we're going to count to 5 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 62. The Lightning Wand does 31 damage and sets you on fire. And next we have the Lightning Wand with Potency 3. So we're going to count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 51. Alright, sorry, I made a mistake on my math. The Wand Focus of Shock is 15.5 over 5 seconds. And The one with potency 3 is 25.5. Next, we have the wand focus of the 9 hells. Now, this one spawns a fire bat that will track down the target. Iron Golem seems to repel them pretty well. Let's try it on a slime. After a lot of testing, I have found out that 9 hells averages around 7.5, and I just averaged it on demons around 10 times. Just took the average of it, rounded it. Next up, we have the Frost one focus, and this one just shoots 1, so that is 3 damage, so 1.5 hearts. Next up, we have the wand focus of Frost with potency 3. And that is 8 damage, so that is 4 hearts. Next up, we have the wand focus of the Primal. That did 10 damage. Up next, we have the wand focus of the Primal with potency 3. And that does. So the wand focus of the Primal is meant to represent chaos and randomness. So damage rates are not consistent at all whatsoever. I'm going to put 3 here, but I believe it can range anywhere from nothing to 8. Next up, we have the Bow of Bone. That did 10 damage, and that is a regular arrow. Next up, we have the Bone Bow with Earth Arrows, and that did 14 damage. Next up, we have the Bone Bow with power 5. It's hard with these bows. 79. So it does 10.5 damage, and now we're going to test it with Earth Arrows. That is 77. Alright, next we have the Flux Bow. Next up, we have the Flux Bow with power 5. 72. The Flux Bow with power 5 has 14 hearts of damage, and next we have the Matter Cannon. Matter Cannon is from Applied Energistics, and you have to fill. So first you have to partition it to a certain item. So I put Matter Balls and Cobblestone. You have to have that in your system, and then you have to have it, put it in the Spatial I/O port set to import from system. It's a very complicated process. Then you just look at whatever you want to shoot and right click. And it uses a little bit of the storage every time. So that did 2 damage, which means it has 1 heart of damage. Next, we have the Mana Blaster. And I have the Mana Lens of Damaging on it, and I have the Creative Mana tab. In Survival, you just have to have any Mana tab. Let's get a fresh Golem here. And that is 4 damage. So 2 hearts. But you can just hold this thing down, and it goes quite a distance, but it uses mana every time unless you have the creative one. Next up, I have the needle gun, and it shoots needles. So you have to have a clip like this, and you have to load the gun by a shift right clicking and right click to shoot. That is 8 damage, which means it does 4 hearts of damage every shot. Now these things you can go, and if you have Optifine, shoot pretty far. Alright, next up, we've got the SPAMR from Mine Factory Reloaded. It does home in on mobs. That did about, he has 28 life left, so 14 hearts. And that means this thing did 36 hearts of damage to the Iron Golem, and it also has fire aspect on it. Oh, it sets them on fire.